Yo, what's going on? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what we normally do. Today I'm going to teach you how to set up Archipelago for playing the Oracle games. Getting a lot of comments recently about people wanting to see a video how to set it up. So I'm going to go through that step by step and we'll show you how it's done. First things first, you're going to need to download a couple things. I'll post all the links in the description on everything you need to download. The first thing you're gonna need Archipelago. That's pretty self-explanatory. You want to get the latest version, get Archipelago 0.5.1, and then go all the way to the bottom, download the version that works on your system. You're also going to want an emulator. You're going to want BizHawk. Make sure to download version 2.9.1. If you are on Windows, make sure you do the prerequisite as well. And then I'm also going to be just following these setup guides. These are pretty much accurate. So other than you don't want to download these AP worlds. We'll get to what AP world we're going to do. BizHawk, we already went through that. You need your legally obtained version of the game. I cannot tell you how to get the game. Dump your own version if you have it. Pretty much that's where I'm leaving that. But once you download Archipelago, you're going to get two things. So first of all, I downloaded everything already and I have it all set up. But I'm just going to kind of go through what I have set up. When you get Archipelago, I created a folder and put both the Archipelago folder and the Archipelago launcher in the same folder. The other thing you need to do is you need to put your ROMs in that folder. And they need to be labeled exactly the way they are spelled here. So Legend of Zelda, comma the space hyphen space Oracle of Ages parentheses USA or Oracle Seasons parentheses USA, whichever version of the game you are planning to play. Then you're going to want to get your AP world. So the best way to get the AP world is through the Discord. So to get to Discord, you're going to go over to archipelago.gg and then up in the right corner, click on Discord. You'll get the invite. You'll end up in the Discord server. You want to go to Future Game Design. This is going to be where all upcoming games are. And you're going to want to search for oracles. And you'll see there's two different threads. There's the one for Oracle of Seasons and one for Oracle of Ages. I'm already following both of them, but you click on it. You can also open in full view, which I recommend. And you'll end up in the thread, the discussion for that game. Once you're in there, you're going to want to go to the pins, and you'll see the AP World compatible with Archipelago 0.5.1 is pinned in the thread there. So you want to download that one. If we go to the Oracle of Ages thread, pins, it's right there as well. It doesn't say 0.5.1, but that is the one that they're talking about in that post. So you want to grab those. Also, as of note, you want to probably grab Poptracker. Poptracker is a very useful way to track while you're playing the games. Download Poptracker version 0.30. And then in the Discord, you're going to go to the latest tracker release for Ages And then Seasons just got a new tracker release, so it's not actually pinned yet, but it's right there. So go ahead and grab both of those. We'll set up the pack later on. But for now, you want to get the AP world. What you're going to do with that AP world, once you download it, you're going to double click on it. And it's going to install the AP world. You're going to go into the Archipelago launcher. And this is what it's going to look like. What you can also do to make sure that the AP world was installed correctly, go into a Archipelago folder, and you'll see this custom worlds folder. Double click on it, and you'll see your AP worlds in there. If you played Archipelago or tried to set it up before 0.5.0, you may have a duplicate AP world. If you do, make sure to delete that. They used to be found under lib worlds, and these are the supported games. So make sure you don't have a duplicate Oracle world there. That's going to cause errors when you go to generate. Just make sure you have it in custom worlds. Once you have that, you're going to go into the launcher and you're going to go to generate template options. You click on that and it's going to give you templates for every game, including the ones you just downloaded. So you're going to go all the way down and you'll see Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Those are going to be your YAML files. That's what's going to be your settings. So you're going to want to take a copy of that. Well, first of all, you want to open it up and probably copy this file to another area. You're going to want to go through this entire thing. I'm not going to go through everything just because you can go through it yourself and go through each option. But the big thing is name is going to be your player slot name. So I'll usually set it up as Mashy. Sometimes when I'm doing both games in the same world, I'll set it up as the game name, so that way I can keep track of it. But you do what you want to do. You just go through, select all your settings here. You know, if you have 50, that means the weight is 50. 0 means there's no chance of that setting being picked. So you can actually put like different weights. So you can do like 50 on Onyx, 25 on Beat Ganon, or you can just do simple 1-0, whatever you want to do. If you want to just select options, you just put a number in one, put 0 in the other, and then it's always going to pick the one. If you want to do some randomization, like here required essences, you can do just regular random. You can do random low, which is a higher weight of a lower number, or random high, which is a higher weight of a higher number, but it doesn't exclude anything. There is another option that doesn't show up. It's called random range, and I use this all the time. What you do is you specify the lower bound and the upper bound. So like random range of 2 to 6. And, whatever weight you want to put on there. If you want to not have 8 essences required, you can put whatever you want. 33. But now it's going to always pick from the random range of 2 to 6 instead of the full spectrum of 0 to 8. And you just kind of go through the entire thing. I'm not going to go through everything here. But once you're done, you save it. And you're going to want to take that and put that into your players folder. So I already have them set up. I have, from my last seed, I have in ages and seasons. Anything that's in the players folder is going to be generated when you go to hit generate. So if you have one YAML in there, it's only going to make a single seed. It's going to make a solo seed. If you have two YAMLs in there, it's going to have two worlds. It's going to have whatever you put in there is going to be generated. So once you do that, you have your YAMLs in the folder. You're going to go ahead and hit generate. So once everything's set up, you hit generate, and it's going to spit out an output. So back in the Archipelago folder, you're going to look for the output folder, and it's going to give you a zip file. There's two things you want to do with the zip file. Number one is you're going to want to extract it. So once you extract it, it's going to give you the APOOA or the APOOS patch files, as well as a spoiler log. Those are the most important things here. This is also, I believe, a server data to be able to host it without going through the website, but I usually just use the website. It's pretty easy. What you're going to do with the patch files, though, is you're going to go back into the Archipelago launcher, and you're going to hit Open Patch. And you're going to go ahead and navigate to your output and double click on your patch file of choice. The first time that you run a patch, it's going to have you link to the BizHawk and link to your ROM. So you're going to have to tell you where everything is. But you click on it, it opens up the game automatically, as well as the BizHawk client, as well as also running the Lewis script to connect it. So we're pretty much set up. The only thing we need to do is we need to host the game. So from the Archipelago website, you hit Start Playing, and then you see at the bottom here, if you have a pre-generated game that you need to host, you can host it. All you gotta do is upload the full zip file that you got from the output. And that's going to give you your seed. You're going to create a room, and that's going to set up your session. From there, the big thing you want to do is you want to copy over that. This is your room, essentially. This is your port. You don't really need to copy over the rest of that because you already have most of that set up. In the server. So I just, copy over that, and then you hit connect. And it's going to connect you to the server. Now, obviously, if you want to play the game, and you want to track it, you're going to want the tracker as well. So, once you download Poptracker, It's going to give you a zip file. You extract it, and then you're going to get something like this. You click in here, and then go into packs, and that is where you're going to place your packs that you get. So you place your packs in there, and then you open up Poptracker, and you'll get your packs. You're gonna just open them up over here. I have a whole bunch of random stuff that shows up as well, but we're looking for the Oracle of Ages randomizer tracker compatible with Archipelago. So we open that up. It already held over everything from my last seed, so you hit the reset button if you want to reset. And then the big thing for auto tracking is that you go over to where it says AP. If you have a room and server set up, if you click on AP, it's going to ask you for the host and the port number. You put in that port number, and then your slot name, which is the name that you put in the YAML. No password. It's going to light up green, and now it's going to be auto-tracking. So if I go into the game, let's just, whatever. Let's go right on in. And we're playing the game now. I'll get over to the first check, and hopefully everything is set up properly to where the tracker is auto-tracking, the console is telling us what we got, and it's sending it properly, and we're playing the game. So that's pretty much all there is to setting up the Oracle's games for Archipelago. If you want to play two games together, the only other thing you need to do is you're also going to need to open the patch for the other game. I'll show you what I normally do. So it's going to open up a second instance of the game. I usually open up both of them before I even start. That way it doesn't get too crazy. I'm going to go ahead and close out one of them. We'll connect to the server. And then, you know, we'll get into the game. Say, you know, let's get an item. All right, we'll get one item here. Maybe we'll try and get an AP item so we can show what happens transferring items. Of course, we're not gonna get an AP item. I'll give it one more shot. No, of course not. But what you do, you know, you save, and then I go into the file, recent ROMs, and of course it's not there. So I'll just open ROM. We'll go to output, and then we'll open up the ages file. Before you load into the game, you want to also reconnect to the server. That's going to allow you to get any items upon loading in. And now we're playing the other game. And then if I want to switch back to the other game, I go to recent ROM, switch back, connect, and so on and so forth. One last thing that I'm going to touch on that's currently Seasons exclusive is the customization. Once you load a patch for the first time, your host.yaml is going to be updated to include seasons. So once you do that, you can then go into the launcher here, go to host.yaml, and you're going to want to check pretty far down. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost towards the end. For TLOZ OS options. So these are going to be the options for your cosmetics. So your sprite, your color palette, whether or not the digging spots are revealed as diggable tiles, heart beeps. Like, this is where you would go and change all that. And you just have to make sure you do the right thing. All of the sprites, you got to make sure you have the sprites first. I believe they are already in there. Try and remember where that directory is. Actually, let me look at the thing again. Data sprites OSOA subfolder. There we go. I haven't looked at it since I set it up. So data sprites OSOA. So a lot of them are already in there. If you want to change your sprite to one of them, you just go ahead and put that name in your host.yaml. So where it says character sprite, you just put the name of that sprite there. But otherwise, I think we pretty much hit up everything that you need in order to set up playing Archipelago Oracles. If you have any more questions, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I will try and respond. If you know, hopefully that is everything you need to know. And then that'll be everything you can do in order to play some oracles in Archipelago. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope this really helped you out, and happy playing oracles in Archipelago.